I made the worst decision ever.
Today we're going thrifting for Gilmore Girls inspired outfits, specifically Lorelai Gilmore. Off the bat, I saw these shoes. They were definitely giving that late 90s minimalism look, and for only $7.99, I was definitely into it. Not far were these Fly London shoes. I love Fly London shoes. I actually own a couple of pairs. These were only $7.99, and I love the red color. They just happen to be a little bit too big for me at a $39. One of the things that I noticed about Lorelai is that she loves a dark floral, and I loved this asymmetrical design. It looked like it was an older tag, and I really did enjoy the fact that it had the sheer overlay over the top. I would have pulled the trigger if it hadn't been for that pull in the back. I don't know if I could have tried to fix it. I really liked this vintage jacket. It was giving workwear vibes, and it was very simple in its design. It was an older Old Navy, and I feel like this is something that I probably would have seen Lorelai have at one time. And I really liked this jacket because it also reminds me of something I've seen her wear on the show. It was a Liz Claiborne, it was 100% linen, and it reminded me of a trucker jacket. I think it'll be a great thing to have in this transitional weather. More in the outerwear section, I saw this animal print. I think she would have liked that. Now, I'm still on the hunt for a military inspired or a band jacket with a lot of buttons on the front. This one was only $8.99, I believe. The only thing that I didn't like about this was that they put this tag right there in the shoulder part. I also saw this dress. I love the green color. I've really been attracted to this color a lot lately. And this one specifically looked more like an overcoat rather than a dress, but you do have the option of doing both, and I like that. This jacket had the cutest ruffles on it. This is a vintage brand that I do gravitate towards a lot. It just is bare, but they have some really great pieces, and I loved the heather and the different colors that were worked into the fabric. Over in the top section, I was looking for more of that sort of office siren look. She wears a lot of button-down shirts because she does spend quite a bit of time at the inn, and that's something that works perfectly for my lifestyle right now. I love thermals, and I feel like this turquoise color is so cute. I do think that this is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse with the funky pattern. It was a vintage 80s piece, but I noticed that Lorelai likes that. I liked the design that was on this tank top. It just happened to be attached to the cardigan, and I really didn't like that. This looks like a Suki piece to me. If I was looking for something similar to this and I was shopping for Suki, this is exactly the kind of thing I would have picked up. I'm so confused. Like, what? Who? Why? I also would really like to find a office appropriate low rise to a mid rise pair of bootcut office pants. She wears quite a few of them in the show. And I'm still on the hunt for those perfect mid to low-rise jeans. I also saw this beautiful chocolate brown jacket. I love that it looked also like a jean jacket like the piece from before. And dark brown is something that Lorelai gravitates to as well. She mixes a lot of it with her blacks as well. And if you know a Gilmore girl, they really love sparkle. This cardigan was giving me all the feels. Alright, this is what my cart is looking like, and I have a lot to go through.
I got a lot of great stuff today, and I can't wait to show you guys what I got. So first up, I found this jacket, and I bought it on eBay from a seller. I'll pop their name up on the screen if I remember. And I am so in love with this jacket. I know that a Gilmore girl really loves sparkle, really loves really cool funky designs and crazy patterns, and this jacket, I was all about it. I only paid about $20 for the item itself, and I think the shipping was somewhere around like $10, which is a little bit on the higher side when you think about it, but I just knew that I wanted this so badly. I just had to have it. I bought these shoes. These are so 90s. They're so 90s, and I'm so in love with them. I feel like it could go into a couple of different places, to be honest with you. Like aesthetic wise, I would say that this definitely goes into like the Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, because it's so simple and it's black, of course. I feel like this is something that Lorelai would have worn, or that Rory would have worn to like a dance or one of the Friday night dinners. I'm so happy that I found these shoes, and I love the fact that it has this like square toe right here at the top. It's just giving me everything. You guys were actually with me when I picked this one up. So it's just this sort of like almost like a jean jacket style. The brand you saw, it was Liz Claiborne, and it is 100% linen, which I thought would be really great for this transitional weather that we have going on right now. Then next up, I actually found this. It's just a basic tee, a long sleeve. It does have this like ribbing to it, and I do think that that is really nice. Just a regular crew neck. It is a cotton and spandex blend, which I don't mind so much. A little bit of spandex does give it that stretch, so I was more than happy to pick this up. And it was brand new with tags when I bought it, so I did have to remove that on it, but I am so happy to wear this. This brand here is actually Vintage America Collection. It's by Nine West, and it is the boho boot. It is a little bit higher of a rise, but they fit me so well. I already have so many ideas for outfits that I want to put together with this, and that just told me off the bat that this was definitely for me. And I love boot cuts. I'm still looking for that low-rise boot cut, and I did try on quite a few pairs, but this one just spoke to me, and I'm so happy it did. I love the dark wash. Then I actually have this, and if you're a fan of Gilmore Girls, you know how much you see Lorelai at the inn that she works at. She's got this really cool sort of like business casual look to her, and she wears a lot of collared shirts. What attracted me to this is the fact that it did have ruffles here. She does wear a lot of ruffles. She loves a good button down, and she loves ruffles, and this one was definitely something that fit the bill. From New York and Company. I feel like she would have shopped there. It was such like the trendy office corporate baddie brand back in the day. At least that's what I remember anyway. And my sister loved shopping there. So I feel like Lorelai would definitely have had something like this in her closet. I did thrift this with you guys, but it actually was something I thrifted way a long time ago, about a month or so, and I had planned on actually selling this to a buy sell trade store, but I made the worst decision ever when I decided to try it on. And I've never heard of this brand before, but after I was looking through all of the photos and everything, and I tried this one on, it does have this really beautiful brown color to it. I immediately felt like I could see the vision, and it was giving me all of the Lorelai vibes. And then I also picked this up, and it's just this really, really pretty, beautiful, sheer, but also metallic, and it could be off the shoulder. That's something that really attracted me to this dress. I love BCBG, especially if I can find it in a vintage, and this is so pretty. I feel like I could wear this in a lot of different situations. It does have this smocking here, but I feel like I really might buy a belt or something to put over here. Lorelai and Rory really love sparkle, so this was definitely something that I was going to purchase, and after I tried it on, it just sealed the deal. That is everything that I bought when we went thrifting, and I am going to show you guys the try on.